So how many Chinese balloons did you guys see this week?
I saw quite
they're
a
floating
few
all over.
jokes about it.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
What about unidentified flying objects that were shot down? Did you guys hear about any of those?
Well,
this
I think
week?
there's now
Probably.
a fourth or a fifth.
Like five things they shot down.
Yeah, they're distracting from everybody. That's fine. It's fine.
Doesn't
Whoa.
don't you get a lot of that around where you live, Joe?
UFOs?
Like Bigfoot and UFO and random
Dinosaurs
like that.
aren't related, but yeah.
I was
you know.
gonna say like I don't know what's in your town. Your town's weird.
It really is. It is the kind of place where people like. I talked to a dude a few weeks ago who was like, hey, there are these caves out there you can go hike to that are out Dry Fork Canyon. And he told me on the map where the caves are. He said, you gotta be careful though, because they're cursed. And I was like, I laughed a little bit. He was like, no, they really are cursed. Like
I've heard
the
that
Indians
before.
believe the skinwalkers and stuff. And I was like, okay, but do you think they're cursed?
What are we even talking about on this podcast right now? What's happening? This is the Darwin.
We're talking about Joe's.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Ben. Let's get right to the point. Here, let's begin. Episode 151, Darwin Words Podcast. We talk about people who die. Ben, you go first, and then I go second, right?
No, I don't. That's wrong. And we have other things to cover. We
don't just talk about
complaining
people
about my hat
die.
wall behind me for some reason. I believe we have a comment about
complaining. Is that a new shelf?
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
complaining. I could probably got to remove the price tag underneath that, but yeah. No, I've had it for a little while.
Let's start this podcast by going over last week's first. Okay, last week's episode, the patrons voted, and I am very upset with how they voted. The 4 stories that we presented last week on episode 150 were, number 1, the body disposal. That's the guy who went to murder somebody, tried to throw him over the cliff, and then he went over the cliff with him. All right, that was a good story.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I went to mom and dad's house to install a printer, and they had a hypothesis on what. Well, maybe
So
that was the
did
wrong
Amy.
guy.
She commented too. The same
Yeah.
hypothesis, by the way.
Amy
All
was like, "Are you sure that the one remaining friend didn't murder both of those other guys and threw them both off the cliff? Maybe."
Mm.
But then why did he tell him on himself?
Only one had a bullet hole, I'm guessing.
Let's see. We had the guy who was trying to stay warm in his car in Los Angeles when it was 6 degrees overnight
right.
with
Poor
like a
guy.
propane stove.
Roasting hot dogs.
And then we had the guy who was the story that's everywhere now, by the way. It's everywhere now.
yes.
It's the guy who
It's
brought the
everywhere.
gun to the MRI. Yeah.
Yep.
And we had the girlfriend visiting. Which one was the girlfriend? Oh, that was the Indian guy who climbed up the trellis to visit his girlfriend and
romantic,
fell off
yes.
or whatever. He jumped off.
Scared of his mother-in-law. Well, not mother-in-law, but girlfriend's mom.
So I'm guessing they did not vote for the gun.
No,
From
they
your-
didn't vote for the MRI shooting. They
What
voted
did you
for
vote for?
50% of them. Half of our patrons voted for the body disposal guy
Yes!
throwing the other one off the cliff. That's
I win
ridiculous.
again!
No,
I win
I
again!
won. No.
Okay,
MRI
okay.
won. You got a backup vote from the
The
dumb
patrons decide who actually wins.
They don't even click on the links. They're just they don't even know what they're doing.
It
They're
was a
listening.
good story.
They're
It was.
listening.
They're spending money for this podcast. How smart can they really be?
No, they're spending money for the
Oh, Joe,
after show.
come
We
on
do.
now.
We do an after show where we just bring ridiculous stuff.
It's called the party after.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, the MRI. I got some interesting stuff about that MRI shooting. We got a guy who said that non-magnetic metals like copper and aluminum, when you take them into an MRI machine, they just like get super hot and they get extremely hot and then they can burn you.
What about
So,
fillings?
Ben, that's going to be your screws that are in your jaw.
Yeah, I'll never
Your
get
jaw's
an
gonna
MRI.
get hot.
If I ever feel like I have a tumor, they'll just never look at it.
Mm. They have another guy who said that the hospitals never turn off MRI machines. They're always on by default.
That's a lie.
What?
Always on?
No, I could see that being the truth. Yeah.
Sure,
Is it
it
too
might
hard
be
to boot
plugged
up?
in, but you don't walk in the room and with a pin and it just sticks to the machine. You have to turn it on.
You know,
Just
he
gonna
might
clean
he might know what he's talking about, and you may be just spouting off in complete ignorance. Actually, it's most likely you are.
Okay, so the random comment on the internet is correct.
He looks like a guy who knows what he's talking about. His picture.
He's dressed in a
looks really
doctor
smart.
suit. So I mean and he has glasses.
Get out of
So-
here.
And my favorite comment on anything says, is this: Ben is exactly the guy I would expect to have a baseball hat display in his home office.
That was hilarious, actually.
Why is that so perfect? I don't know why.
I don't know why you guys think that. Why would I be the guy?
It's so funny. I don't know.
If
why.
anything,
What type of guy
Adam
is
would be the
that?
guy. I think Adam is
Yes,
probably the
I
most
would. I would.
most enthusiastic about baseball, but
Look at Adam.
Do
He
you
doesn't even have
remember
an
my,
office.
my?
But he doesn't wear
my,
hats.
Well, my previous office was decked out and stuff. But, anyways,
All
they're
right,
not all
well,
baseball. These are mostly golf and basketball.
I would
There's
say
some baseball.
golf.
There's
Yeah.
the
Oh.
only baseball ones are Dodgers. That's it.
no, the guy on the internet was not accurate with his description.
And
of
I
your
wear
hats.
all these hats. These are not like I spend a bunch of money on a hat and I
Struck a nerve.
display it. These are all sweaty, disgusting hats. I haven't worn that one
Mm.
yet because it's too big.
Ben doesn't handle criticism well.
It's not
Mm.
criticism. The guy is he might be giving me a
Maybe,
compliment. I don't know. This
Okay.
guy looks cool enough that he would have a hat
Yeah.
display.
baseball
I'm
hat
sure.
collection.
All right, should we get started, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes,
Let's
we
start,
should.
boys. This is episode 151, and we have stories prepared for you. We've each researched people who died during this week doing stupid things, and we're going to pit them against each other and choose a king of the Darwin Awards for the week. This is what we do. And I believe it's my turn to go first this week. So my story comes out of Cancun.
Whoa, what was that?
What is that sound in the background? Can you turn
It
it
was
on?
just a
watching
quick-
jazz game.
I
He's
didn't
been-
mute my other computer. I'm checking our live stream. That's all. It was us talking 10 seconds ago.
All
All right. My story is out of Cancun. Ben, you've been to Cancun, right?
No, I have not.
No.
I've not been to
Don't-
Mexico.
A few vacationers.
I went to the
probably.
Bahamas. I had a cruise planned, I think, to Cancun, but when COVID hit, they canceled our cruise. It was a
Oh my
Disney cruise.
gosh, guys, the internet is spying on me. The commercial, the ad for this this video.
Oh my gosh. You're just realizing
Yeah,
this.
baseball hats.
I don't care what it's about.
What?
The
Yes,
fact
you-
What's it
Oh.
about?
Conjoined
What's it
twins
about?
getting married. The conjoined twins.
Oh, see, Joe. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
gosh, my ad got removed. Oh well.
And there was
Okay,
stuff
we
in
were
that
never
song,
talking
Sad
about
dog down there.
We were never talking about conjoined twins.
Yeah, we were. It was like an episode ago or two. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
it was
Okay, so
gross.
this story is out of Cancun, and this involves a hitman, a man who was hired for murder.
Oh, you've
Yes.
brought like mafia things from Mexico before, haven't you?
You mean like the cartel? Yeah.
You mean
Yeah, I
any
think
story
that's
from
what it was.
Mexico? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is. Yeah, I'm not sure this is involving the cartel. Although I can't think of anybody else who would be hired to kill someone. This man was hired to kill someone. Now I don't know how much he was paid. I wish I knew.
It's
But,
like
uh,
bring in
it's
a
like
murder.
20 pesos, right? It's not very much.
Yeah,
Probably like
life is
2,000
cheap.
maybe.
I made up a number. I don't know. I don't care.
Well, he in order to commit the murder, the hitman, who's very professional, he dressed up as a food
In his
delivery
suit?
man. No,
Oh,
Yeah,
like Grubhub.
he wore a black suit.
I'm
Yes, and dark
thinking
glasses.
of the transporter or something.
Yeah.
Like,
He basically was an Uber driver. Did he have like a hat?
Yeah, he disguised himself as a food delivery man. I don't know what a food delivery man
Mm.
wears. You know,
yeah, in
Uh,
Mexico,
regular
I don't know
clothes.
what that looks like. Domino's, maybe.
he was on one of those Domino's motorcycles that they have. that
Domino's
they drive
carts.
around with?
Yeah, that's what I was. That's the only ones I've seen delivery guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he disguises himself cleverly as a food delivery driver, and
Those conjoined twins. Keep just
I
pulling
know
out.
the conjoined twins are. Don't pay attention.
I
to them.
don't want to see that teeth below there. Can you scroll up just a hair? I don't want to. Oh gosh, I need to know.
Okay, so he was hired to commit murder in Cancun, and he ended up dying himself by a self-inflicted gunshot wound on accident.
Oh,
Can you guys guess where he was shot?
he was hired to kill himself. No,
He was
Well,
no.
based on you bringing this story, I'm sure it's in the lower
In the
region
butt.
of his body.
You're right. The identified gunman was hit by a bullet from
Yep.
his own gun in the groin.
Okay, I don't know
Groin,
why they
yes.
keep saying groin. Was it in his
because they
Just
don't want
junk
to say in
or an
junk,
artery in the
yes.
area?
When it says groin, it means the you know the
Penile.
The reproductive
Area.
area.
junk.
Yes.
He was shot in the
Yes.
junk. I wish we should start saying junk from now on. It's much better.
Yeah, that's good. More classy.
Paramedics took him to the hospital, but he couldn't make it. Now, he did successfully shoot the guy he was hired to kill. Right? But he
That guy
didn't kill
died?
that guy. No, that guy.
Wait, he shot the guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
There was a second man who was also shot at the scene. That's the guy he shot. But
Oh.
he didn't.
So how did he shoot himself in the nuts? Did he just?
Well, obviously he's putting his
He's
gun in his
tucking his
pocket
gun
while he's
back
driving
in?
away. He's like, just put it in my pocket. He's on a motorcycle doing delivery through Domino's. So
They don't have Domino's
shoved
in
it in his
Mexico.
pocket.
It's called
Do you think he did
Domingos.
some elaborate thing like he had it in the pizza box and he opened the box and he's like, ha, and he pulled it out to shoot him?
Maybe actually that'd be awesome.
And then he
That
put
would
the
be-
box on his lap and drove away.
I don't think they're ordering pizzas in Mexico.
Oh, they definitely do have pizza.
Bro,
especially Cancun.
yes, of course they do.
Sure, I'm not saying they don't have it. For this story, I don't feel like this is the item, the food item that the man.
Oh,
Was it tacos, Ben? Is that more appropriate to you?
yeah,
Like
yeah, Ben.
Tacos?
Is it elote? Those corns with the mayonnaise on it? Is that what you
I
think?
think
it is?
I think it's chalupas.
No, one thing Adam probably feels is
Doritos
knows
Dos
this.
Locos.
Any small town, the moment it gets its first like business, that business is a Domino's. Like you can go to the smallest town and there's a Domino's there. People in Mexico love Domino's.
It doesn't taste like U.S. Domino's, and then every pizza comes with ketchup. So
and hot
It is.
stuff to put on there too.
yeah, peppers too. But,
It's
yeah.
good though.
Dad always got peppers. Those little pepper
Yeah,
flakes,
still
red
does.
pepper
Yeah, I
flakes.
know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to
Yep.
do it just to be like him. I just want to be like, oh,
Me
my
too.
dad liked these. I want to try it too.
Me too.
I told you I've been eating sunflower seeds in the car all the time, and I just think
I
I'm
know every
bad
time
now.
every time Adam will Marco Polo me, he's eating sunflower
Sunflower
seeds,
seeds.
just like dad. All right, well,
Bag
that was
lasts
Darwin Award
forever.
nominee number 1, the Hitman.
So, kills
Hits himself.
Yeah.
Mm.
Where'd the
That's
bounty
a good
go?
shot.
No, the guy didn't die. The
Wait.
pink
Did he?
player didn't
What?
die.
I never told us how he just got shot in the groin and he died, or he went to the
They
Went
took
to
him to
you?
the hospital.
Well, I don't know if he
Yeah, I would.
drove away.
I would lay there.
and
I would lay there. and
died like a
just
week
accept
later,
it.
or what?
He got transferred to the
Did he
hospital
just-
and he died there in the hospital. I believe it was
Oh,
the
so
same
they found him, and
day. Yeah.
he's probably a rookie, first job. I
No,
guess.
no,
he's no
a
Jason
hit-
Bourne.
You don't just
He's a perfect-
first job. You are a hitman now. I don't know.
I mean,
It doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
silly.
no, that is a good one. I don't think we've had a hitman, so I like it.
Hitting himself. That's fantastic, Joe. Good
All
story.
right. Nominee number 2, Ben. I believe this one is you.
Yes, this is an incident that took place in my favorite place. I mean,
The groin.
Your house.
Or
bed.
McDonald's.
both of those
Beto's.
are great. Great
Did you say
answers.
the groin.
All those are great answers.
This one took place in
My
my favorite part.
place.
Your house, yeah. Utter
Brazil, India, Uttar Pradesh. I knew
Oh,
it.
Pradesh.
Uttar
Is it
Pradesh.
Uttar? Is it Utter? Is it Ooh?
Who knows?
Let's just do it.
I'm going utter from now on. I don't
We
care.
say
What
it
is
no so often.
UP. Let's just call it up.
Okay.
What happened this week in Uttar Pradesh? Did some guys die in a cockfight?
Yeah, just some lady.
that was
Why are we
beat her daughter.
resulting?
Did he
why
eat
are we-
poison?
We eat rat poison. We've had so many stories out of that place, I swear.
It's your usual drinking binge here, but the binge is very quick.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So far, I believe we've had out of Uttar Pradesh, we've had motor oil. I think we had somebody drink motor oil once. I think we had a guy drink some substance from a
I
garbage.
feel like we had
I
straight
saw
up
a
acid,
story this-
acid one time.
Acid. We
It
had
was like a
acid. We
little-
also had like a hand sanitizer, I think.
Hand sanitizer.
Yeah, a lot of
With
times they just pick up bottles off
stuff
the
from
street
the
and drink
dump.
whatever's in it.
Yep.
I think I saw a windshield wiper this week. I'm not sure.
Windshield
No,
wiper fluid. Yes.
this
that
was an
fun.
intentional alcohol. And yes,
Real alcohol.
yes, he was with 3 of his friends at a bar, and they had a few drinks and decided to challenge each other.
Of course. Okay. Okay. Was this a TikTok challenge or just some sort of
slapping.
No. This
Slapping
is a,
challenge.
Ooh,
if
slapping.
you drink this much, you don't have to pay for your bill. We'll pay for it. And they all had
Alright.
the same challenge.
Let's do the same thing at Brothers Weekend with pizza. You can eat a whole pizza. You don't have to pay for it.
No, from what I understand, you're paying for all of it. So
That's a good point. How about you do have to pay for it if you can't eat it? Wait.
Yeah.
if you can't eat what I bought, you pay for
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
it. So how big is 180 milliliters?
Oh, that's
Ooh,
2.4 quarts, I think.
It's
No, is that like
roughly,
I have no clue.
is that
what
an under a 2 liter bottle? Or
Yeah,
is this
definitely,
am I
because,
thinking wrong?
yeah, because a mil, it's it's not quite it's not a liter.
No, it's one.
I don't know what
it's
it is.
180 milliliters. And I've looked, and I get different sizes and different things, but these appear to be very large drinks.
It is
I don't
You
know.
calculate.
It doesn't matter.
I
It's
don't-
out of India.
dude, it's only
Ben, you
3/4 of a
didn't do the
cup.
math.
It's only
No, it's-
3/4 of a cup.
No, it's not though.
180 mLs is what I knew it's 3/4 of a cup.
It's not true though. I mean, to your standards, but this is a translated story.
It is
So I'm-
6 fluid ounces. It is 6 ounces. It's like
According to Google,
He's
half
right.
of a soda. So this guy couldn't hold his
Okay.
liquor. What was he drinking?
It
well-
actually didn't say. But the challenge was to drink a bottle in under 10 minutes.
It's got to be bigger than 180 ml. That's
It's,
just a bad translation.
2 bottles. No, I misspoke again. It's 3 bottles in under 10 minutes.
Okay.
Are they one of those
3
mini bar bottles like you get
bottles.
in your hotel or what?
Not one of those. Deep, done.
You don't die from that.
3 bottles. That's
According to reports, the deceased Jay Singh and his 2 friends
2.5 cups. What was that?
met on the 8th of
3
February.
1/4 cups.
You know what? Our American translation of meters to what it doesn't matter.
It's
The amount
liters, but
that
yeah.
he drank in 10 minutes made him die.
Yeah, right. This is our fault for not being on the metric system. Really.
Because honestly, after gulping down a few pegs, that's just what it is. I don't know
So
what it
he
means.
already
Pegs.
had been drinking.
The
They'd already been
friends came up
drinking.
with the challenge. According to the
Is-
bet, the one who drinks 3 bottles in 10 minutes will be exempt from paying for the liquor. So
Mm.
Jay
Hmm.
started drinking alcohol and finished 3 bottles in time. However, his friends were horrified when he became unconscious and
he
fell to the
died.
ground. He was dead on arrival.
Nice. When was
according to-
this?
On the 8th.
Oh, okay. So they weren't watching,
This was
like the Super
5
Bowl.
days
or
ago.
anything.
Yeah, in Uttar Pradesh. No, they were probably watching cricket or I don't know.
A cricket match.
Oh.
Very good cricket matches going on right now over there.
So it must be something stronger like vodka or something. I don't know because
No,
I
it's
was
no, it's not
googling
beer.
a standard
it's liquor.
A standard
It's-
beer is like 12 fluid ounces, which is 355 milliliters, which is like two of what he drank. Is 1 beer.
Yeah,
So he drank
again,
1.5
you're
beers.
googling whatever the size is in translations. This is
Mhm.
this is enough to kill a human being. in 10
Apparently.
in 10 minutes.
Apparently. Are we
That's
sure
all.
he's like just a guy who can't handle his liquor?
Oh yeah, no, he took 3 little mini bottles and he died in 10
Yeah,
minutes.
these are like those little peppermint schnapps things that are like this.
Hey,
big
can we
from
get
the-
our viewers from overseas to figure out what this is? We got an article. We'll post it. But this, he didn't have to pay for his tab.
No, he didn't.
Oh, yeah.
His friends had to pay for his funeral, probably. I don't know. Maybe not.
But
Maybe
he's
they
dead. He
ran.
doesn't care about that. I mean,
Not
like,
very
the
good
worries are
friends,
over
really.
when you're dead. Must be nice, really.
So you just like die on the spot, or it was like a day later, a week later, or what?
No, he died before anybody could get to him. They called emergency service, but he was declared dead on the spot.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy.
They're
How
not even
about
allowed to
don't
drink
take
in
a
India,
drinking
right? I don't
challenge?
know how that works, right? All the alcohol there is like
No,
homemade,
no.
isn't it?
They're allowed to drink in India again. During COVID, they weren't. Do you remember that?
Mhm. Yes.
People were
that's right.
making homemade liquor. No, they can go back out now.
That's
Matter
good.
of fact, was it India that just threw out all their vaccines, or was it like France or something?
I think that was the U.S.
No.
I have no clue. I don't
No.
read or listen to anything.
Of Cool.
With this
All right.
podcast.
So there's your
That
story.
was that was Darwin Awards nominee number 2 out of India. Okay.
Udar.
All right.
Udir.
Before we take a break, we promised we'd send some stickers to people who wrote reviews. So we have some new reviews to read.
So I need to tell what's his name? MTSU. What's he that guy's name again?
He
Like
emailed
Amber's name.
us. Yeah, what do you need to tell him?
Well, yeah, I want to tell him the stickers haven't been delivered yet. So as soon as I get them, I will send them to him.
Okay, so you are
Or
awaiting
her.
them to come from the company.
We made
I
new
am
stickers.
waiting.
So
Yeah.
Okay, he sent us.
So
His name
it'll
is
be there.
Drew. He has sent us his email address. Or he
Drew.
sent us his
All right.
address.
Great.
He also says he'd love some T-shirts. So why don't you send him a T-shirt too, Adam?
I got some extra
he'd
crumble shirts I can
also
send
he'd also
Send him a crumble
His pink
T-shirt.
one like this. So you can wear it.
Team Crumble.
I got a ton for you. I'll send you one.
Let's see. You guys remember the guy who used to always ask us for feet pics? He's back again.
good. Is he paying his money again?
Not as much as he was before.
That's fine.
He said there was a little problem. He actually left a new review too, but his review, all it says is feet, 5 stars. So he
Well, I
Really
wound up
wants-
sending him a picture, but I just googled it. I googled
Oh,
some
here's
weird
my
feet.
Why I should have
What-
done like perfect, beautiful feet for him. Ben. Like ladies' feet.
this is disgusting.
No, I sent never
A
mind.
Belly button
hobbit's foot. Okay, anyways, go. What?
He said he solved a little problem for us on Patreon, he says, and or brought it to our attention. So he is requesting some elbow and kneecap with peanut butter pics. That's what he really wants us to.
It's like
The
my everyday
sandwich?
Instagram
Wait.
post. So
How do you get your? Okay, never mind.
We do
Okay.
have a legitimate new one to read. I will. This is from somebody named Shelly. Okay, Shelly, I don't have your address. So if you will email us at the Darwin Awards podcast at gmail.com, send us your address. I'm reading this review that you left, which I really appreciate, and we will send you a decal, like a Darwin Awards podcast decal. She said, one of the best podcasts, 5 stars. When your
That's
podcast
good.
drops, I can't wait to hear it. I love your banter on the stories. Still listening while doing my morning run too. Keep up the good work, Shelly. So
get it, Shelly. Good
yes,
job.
thank you, Shelly. Send
All
us
of
your-
that is great, except for the morning run. That sounds horrible every
Yeah,
day.
what kind of
Shelly's
people
doing it
run
right.
in the morning?
I can't believe
Seriously.
people run.
Just-
All right.
Let's take a quick
Nice.
break, and we'll be back with Darwin Awards nominee number 3. Whoa, Ben put on a little Unabomber hoodie there.
He's going for a jog, apparently, out in the dark.
That's it. Darwin
Shelley
Award nominee number
inspired
3. and then we'll be back. All right, we're going to this quick break. You guys,
All right.
for those of you
going
who are
with-
on the live stream, I want to see what you guys think about this. Okay, Adam, Ben, bear with me. How about this? All right,
You
what do you
just
guys think about
reversed
this
my-
right here? Yeah,
Oh, look at that. You got us all in one?
pretty
look
good.
at
How about
you.
that? Right?
We can try it, but will it
Wow.
affect your
Can I,
cropping capabilities?
can I-
Also, your hair looks weird in this one.
I never crop anything. That's pretty
yeah,
good, right?
I
I
look,
like it.
the most normal. Ben looks kind of blurry in the middle.
Do I need to sit
Microphones. His microphone's going in and out, I think.
over
Okay.
It
here?
disappears.
Here's a good one. How about this one? It's a guy walking in front of a train.
Let's have a giant explosion behind us if you're gonna do that.
Okay.
No, I like the
Can I do this?
billboard
wait,
we
this
paid
is-
for.
What do you think,
The
Ben?
billboard's pretty good, right? I like the
Yeah,
billboard.
No, I'm looking
Well,
the
that's
wrong way.
scary.
Adam, it
Like
looks
Indiana
great.
Jones. Yeah, man. Good job. High five.
All right, guys.
Ooh,
You like
that worked.
children.
Did you see that?
I didn't even look. I'll watch it later.
I like the billboard one. I think the billboard one's pretty
Talk
good.
about what our advertisement's going to be for a second.
Yeah.
What is what do you mean?
You need to move over so you're like all the way in it. Oh wait, I need to.
Who's
Actually, no,
advertising?
that's
Oh,
not good.
our advertisement this week. Let me figure out who it is. What's the name of this podcast? Darwin
Look how
Awards?
fancy you are. What happens if I share the screen?
It goes away, but it'll come back afterwards. Complete promos. Let's see. You had Alex Jones last week, so this week we have Indian Jack Sparrow. We're not using
No,
him.
you're not playing that. We're not doing that anymore. You already said that.
Jon
It's
Snow.
Incomprehensible.
Adam, should we do Jon
Hey,
Snow?
let's
before-
get off of whatever you have going on, Joe. This
So you don't like-
person.
You don't like that?
It just looks stupid.
I kind of agree.
I mean, it's funny, but it looks stupid.
It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. All right. I think we'll have Jon Snow this week.
Jon Snow.
Do you have your lightning round picked up?
I haven't. I don't. Ben, I don't have your story, so you're gonna have to send me a.
How do you not have that story? I'll send it to you.
I don't have that one, so if you can send it, it'd be great. So I can use it for the Patreon. Well, I go last, so you guys get to decide what your stupid
stories from.
Faces.
Go with
Man, I got a couple good ones.
There's another Pradesh story. Do you know that?
I really like Brazil, but I don't know if Ben's gonna bring that one. Is that gonna be yours, Ben? Because I have some other ones, but I don't know if you're gonna use that one.
I got one.
You know,
Oh, where is this from? Because I might use it.
I'm gonna be honest, Joe, and this is maybe kind of cool for people watching the live stream. I have Joe's story.
You gonna take it or not?
I think Joe can do a better job than me of telling this story.
Well, I'm not. Might not get picked. Adam seems like he's.
Mine's out of the UK.
That's fine.
No, mine's a funny headline.
I'm gonna go with the camel one, but I think the camel one is itself
the
really
what?
great.
Camel. We have another camel story.
We have another camel story.
No, it's got to be the same one.
No, it's a different.
No,
one.
it's a different camel, but it's.
What do you mean? But it's amazing.
I don't know.
I really want to say
Darwin, but it's
got to be Darwin.
Okay, well,
but I want to.
Here.
I'm gonna tease it.
I might choose the camel story. We'll see.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open up a bunch of tabs.
I'd like to use it for Patreon.
Go ahead, Adam. Tell us.
I feel like I should when I share my screen, have 10 tabs open that I say just random stuff on the side, like how to kill a person and where babies come from. Just
I don't know why
the babies come from.
Hasn't shown up to my door yet.
All these tabs.
All right, let's go. Come on back.
All right.
And I had a Chicago style stuffed crust or Chicago style stuffed pizza from Papa Murphy's a few days ago. Oh, that's some good stuff right there.
Oh, they say
That
still not sitting right with you.
Oh, yeah. It never sits right. Yeah, Papa Murphy's will get you every time.
We have to have one on Brothers Weekend.
Do we?
We could.
I'm down.
I don't know. Yeah,
yes,
we can do
we
that.
have to have one on Brothers Weekend.
I feel like we didn't eat well enough last Brothers Weekend.
I feed you guys really well.
I feel like I was stuffed the entire time.
Adam and Greg paid for a lot of our meals, but at the home cooked meals, I feel like I did. I brought all the stuff for it.
Yeah, but what did we even eat?
We just went out to eat every time.
I made homemade meals for you guys.
After we already had dinner, it was I don't want to eat again.
All right, I'm taking my plans away. I'm not bringing a bunch of grocery stuff anymore.
You always do. You always bring
so
don't worry about
groceries.
And eventually, you guys are like, "Okay, cook this."
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's good for late nights, we're up playing pool or something.
It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good because I'm not going to bring it this time.
Oh, man.
Ungrateful losers. Let's get to the third story of the Darwin Awards podcast.
Oh, we can do that. It's my story. My story comes out of Ghana. Go ahead, Joe. Tell your Ghana.
I know you're the one who tells the Ghana jokes.
No,
what's this story gonna be about?
No, that's you.
Gonorrhea.
Yep. I wish
I'm gonna edit that out.
In Ghana.
I gotta edit those things out.
Now, you guys didn't mention that you had a Ghana story or that you've seen a Ghana story.
I have not seen a Ghana story. Africa stories are really hard to find.
Okay. This one is happened on February 11th. What's today?
13th. The 13th. Tomorrow.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We're celebrating love on this podcast today. Love and all the deaths.
I should have started this podcast with some Bear Manilow, some Boys to Men.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes. Did you mention that the stunt double for Eminem died? I didn't know he had a stunt double.
No,
but he
I do
died.
have that story too. He did die,
But
he's
he
not
didn't do
like
stunts.
he's not like the
I know.
current stunt
He was in 8
double.
Mile.
And he just
Was
got
it
hit by a
something?
random car, a random truck. He wasn't like in the middle of a stunt.
Oh, so he was
But-
just the double for Eminem, not the stunt.
Yeah,
double.
you think he should have been able to roll off of that though. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
he's trained. What kind of stunts does Eminem do that he needs people a stunt double for?
In the movies he's in.
being an idiot. I don't know.
Slow
I didn't
news
see 8
week.
Mile,
Jeez.
but I assume it's okay. Yeah, all right. I'll read the first sentence of this well-written article, and then I'll tell you the rest.
Mm.
This is a sad one that can be a good stuntman. It is said that when one man can be a good stuntman, but his personal gods may not be at home on the day of his crucial performance. It does not make sense in my head because this is probably translated.
Mine neither.
No, this
But
is
the
like
personal gods were here, basically.
Well, think
Personal
about-
gods?
think about what's that movie Mulan where they got those statues?
Yeah.
Those are the personal gods.
Okay.
So
Some god.
Mushu comes to life.
Little dragon.
That's right. And he'll make a man out of you.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business, okay?
First, okay, I'm not gonna make
Stop.
that joke. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Stop it. Okay. Okay, this man was in his early 30s, it was believed. According to eyewitnesses, he was on his regular rounds around 6:30 p.m. that day. When his regular rounds means he is driving down the neighborhood doing stunts on his motorcycle. That's what that means.
Well, okay, this is the neighborhood
Regular-
stuntman.
If I had someone doing
Residents-
regular rounds on my street, I would trip them.
Hold on, Adam. Do you remember when Ben hated his neighbor because he was what is he riding around on? It's like Ben was mad because there's a grown man riding around. What was he on, a skateboard or like a
It's an
hoverboard
adult-
or something?
It's an adult razor scooter.
He was on a razor
It's a
scooter.
razor
Oh,
scooter
yeah.
with big
Hate
wheels.
that guy. He's always on a razor scooter.
Like
He's an
it's,
adult.
it's, a,
He
it's a
shouldn't be
razor
doing
scooter.
that.
It's a razor scooter for kids with like a 1 foot wheel on each side. It's just,
Mm,
And
Ben
big
hated that guy.
off-roading.
but he never like rode with his kids. It was just him by himself.
Why? Why do you dislike him so much? He's just having a good time.
He's from San Francisco.
You know, I
Okay.
take my kids to school
You're from
sometimes and I
California,
drive
too?
them. And there's like snow everywhere. And I see like kids riding their scooters trying to push through the snow, their little razors. And like, what are you? Dumb
They
kids.
should have had the adult razors like my
Stupid
neighbor.
kids.
It's like snowing and they're in like 6 inches of snow trying to go somewhere. All right, back to this one. So
Yeah, kids are
residents
stupid. Okay.
close to the scene say he was in action for some time, but suddenly he lost control of the bike. He landed on the ground and died instantly with blood gushing out of his head everywhere.
Is
Those
that a
who
direct quote
rush-
from the story?
That's exactly what it says.
Wow,
Those
good
who rushed
writing.
to see him lying in a pool of blood said the man was nicknamed Enemies. It's a good nickname, I guess. He was riding without a
Beloved by
helmet,
everybody.
as he normally does. He's said to be well known in the Okada riders who operated a location called Old Timers, and they drive around, I guess, without helmets on. That's what they do.
That's their thing. We don't
Okay,
need
so
no
I
helmets.
I don't care. I don't care if you ride around without a helmet on as an adult. What if you're doing stunts? I mean, just for your
If
own
you're doing
safety, maybe
stunts.
probably
Who
a good
cares?
idea.
If it wasn't for
Well,
people doing that, we wouldn't have a podcast. We need these kind of
That's
people.
fair.
He said they like the beginning because they say the man attempted to put on a display of his motorbike on Sunday, but failed and lost his life. That's what I'm thinking.
You ever done anything trying to be cool and then you
Oh.
utterly fail in front of a bunch of people?
I'm
and you're
sure
like,
I
"Oh my
have. I'm
gosh."
sure. Oh, I have. Yeah,
Ooh, Adam's got a good story. I can see it. I can see it
when
in
I was
his
a
face.
kid.
What was
It
it?
reminds me when I was a kid. There were these twin girls in my class. Can't remember their names. I must have been 3rd or 4th grade. And there's a
Weird
kid named
beginning
Will.
here.
I like this.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're
Trying to
playing
impress him.
soccer out in the field, and this kid Will, he's really good at soccer. And the girl, it's like 2-1, the 2 girls versus him, and then he's clearly killing them and he's just scoring tons of goals. And then I was watching for a little bit, and I decided to run in, steal the ball, and go the other direction and score a goal for the girls. And when I was like 2 feet away, kicked it, and I missed the goal. And then I just walked away. I never walked away.
That hurt. I could tell the fact that
It
you
was
remember
embarrassing.
it.
I thought that was going to be
hurt.
like one of those moments, like, yeah, I scored it on Will. Well, didn't even do it. Haunts me to this day.
That hurts.
Well, I remember being in a track meet where we had a kid running the mile, and I had won. It was my first track meet. I'd won my races. I don't know how. Some hurdles and stuff. And it was the last race of the night, and the guy running the mile, he's on his like last stretch, and I run on the track with him to like celebrate, like, yeah, go, 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 go. And my like coach, this is at Houston, runs over and like almost tackles me because the kid got disqualified because I was on the track.
Did he get disqualified?
Yes.
Dude.
He was gonna win.
Oh, wow.
Is that why you
That
switched
is
schools?
That's why I quit school, Joe.
So many embarrassing moments.
That is
So many.
embarrassing. That is very embarrassing. I would never do anything like that and have no embarrassing stories whatsoever.
All right.
Yep,
I think-
nothing
I
more
think you know what
embarrassing
time it
than
is.
trying to do a stunt and dying.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Well, if you're dead, does it matter? I'd rather. We discussed it before. I think
I
I'd
would have rather
just be
died
dead.
right there.
Yeah,
Yep, right then.
just let me die.
I got berated on the bus by my
I hope
coach.
he was doing like
Front of
Poor
people.
kid.
you
were only a
better have
freshman.
like done something fancy like in the movies. You come to a stop on one wheel and spin the bike around. Something fun instead of just doing a wheelie and hitting your head. He was probably doing that though.
Probably.
All right, so let's move on to the lightning round. This is where we all get to bring a headline of a story, and we will choose one we'd like to hear. I did go last, so I get to bring the first headline. I shouldn't bring it, but I will. My headline is my teaser is: Can a dog be a Darwin Award?
No,
No.
a dog dying cannot be a Darwin Award. No, we're not choosing that story.
All right,
Yeah, we're not.
He's all right. I bet it's probably good,
the
actually.
dog did something really dumb.
Yeah, as dogs do.
They're dogs. What are we going to do? Be like, stupid dog, make fun of it?
His dog took a poop off a cliff and he fell.
That's the stupidest. All right, Ben.
He ate a box of Oreos.
Although I did see a dog story where he ate poop and the poop had meth in it. The dog almost died.
Jeez.
Sweet. Reminds me of that movie Cocaine Bear that's coming out.
I've
Did
been
you guys see the
aware.
previews for that.
I've been aware of that movie for a while, and I think it's going to be dumb. But the fact that they made it,
My
sounds
kids saw the
fantastic.
previews the other day, and they're like, "Can we watch that movie?" I was like, "No, guys,
No.
it's rated R."
no, there's
No,
no way you
you
could
see
possibly
Cocaine
watch
Bear.
that. Yes,
know
this is a
cocaine is.
family-friendly movie.
All right.
That's right, Cocaine Bear, kids.
All right, my headline is: A camel chews its owner's head off.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I did see that.
Another camel story. That's unbelievable.
I know.
Hmm.
I almost didn't click it because I thought it was just. It does link to the article of the Russian story about the camel.
Yes, that one became big after we told it. Remember, we're always on the
You
front
know,
line.
Camels
Nice.
are making a comeback these days. I feel
Yeah,
like
they're like alpacas now.
pretty
You
soon
know,
we'll
they
have like
moved up.
movies about camels, scary camels.
Talking camels.
Camel NATO.
My story is
That's bad.
my story is a clotheslining. That's what I'm going to call it. That's my teaser.
Okay,
It's a clotheslining.
You get clotheslined in India on a motorcycle again by a kite string.
No.
All right. Here's the problem: is Adam's headline we cannot use.
No, we can't use it.
I don't
You'd
even know
love
what the
it.
story is, but I'm not gonna take the bait on a dog being a Darwin.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I know my story's awesome, but I also know Joe's story's awesome, and he brought just a terrible headline for it.
What? No. Okay, fine. What would you have
I mean,
said?
I get it. I get it.
I have
What would
not
you have
heard
said?
Joe's story at all. I've heard
I
Ben's,
get
but
why
I don't
you
know
used
Joe's.
it, but you could have been more creative. I'm going to choose Joe's story because I
haven't
like
heard
this
Joe's,
story.
so
I like
sure.
this story, and I didn't bring
Okay.
the headline. I could have brought it, but I didn't.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Hold on, my dogs are coming in.
Make sure they don't become a Darwin
fine.
Award.
Hey,
Okay.
better let those dogs out.
Okay, do we have a music for that?
Who let the dogs out?
This
Joe.
story is out of
Yes, Adam, you
Brazil.
didn't-
This story is out of Brazil. This is a man who died from electric shock
That happens a lot in
while
Brazil and
hanging his
India.
clothes on a clothesline.
Okay. Now we're going. I was like, he ran into a power line. That happens every day.
I thought
I
thought he would be
I hear they drive
clotheslined.
faster that way.
But like a kite.
The clothes would dry faster that way.
Static shock. What did he get?
A man dies after hanging clothes on a wire line and suffering an electric shock. Witnesses claim that the wire on which the victim stretched out the clothes was tied to a satellite dish, which ended up causing an electrical discharge.
So I wonder,
like
was this like recently installed? Now, Adam, it's not like a rope
Not
just
like a
tied
US
to a
one, I'm
satellite.
sure.
I'm sure it's like hardwired end.
Okay.
He must have recently installed this satellite dish because
Well, it said this
unless
is
he's
rural.
been doing it for 30 years and all of a sudden there's
Then
an
all of a sudden he
electrical
did.
charge.
I don't think that this has been happening forever. I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes, and I'm gonna tell you the same. You go way out in the middle of nowhere in Mexico, and you'll see like some guy with has a house, but has this giant sound system that he pumps through the jungle.
Yes, they all have that.
Right. So I'm assuming this guy. It says it's a rural area, and he has somehow a satellite dish out there. So it might be
No,
new.
I haven't
don't know.
Installed
been there in a
himself.
while, but I'm assuming every single hut in the middle of nowhere now has a 72-inch flat screen because
Of
that's
course.
what they
Sure.
have.
I think
With
we're going to
no-
be going
with no
back next
TV.
year. I think we're going to go back next year. I will report back.
Should we take a brother's weekend to Mexico?
I'm
That'd be
down.
awesome one day.
I-
That'd be
yeah.
cool.
yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
sound
Yeah.
happy about that. Our wives would never approve that.
My wife would absolutely approve that.
We just don't tell them we're going there.
Greg's wife
Adam,
might
you
not.
just need to open up. You and Greg need to
We're
open
gonna go
few,
6 days this time.
a few more stores, and then we can approve that.
Go to St. George, maybe.
Accident happened this Sunday in the rural area of the city. Let's see. So
It was on Super Bowl.
it happened
got
on
the
Super
sat-
Bowl.
He got that
He messed
satellite
up
to
the
watch it.
signal. He messed up the signal.
Witnesses claim that the wire on which the victim stretched out the clothes was tied to a satellite dish, which ended up causing electrical discharge.
It's actually
And,
good.
Imagine hanging wet clothes on a wire.
Electrical wire.
In a rural country, yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's rural or populated. Imagine hanging.
Adam's right though; it'd dry him off really fast.
You
know
know,
Yeah, you'd
we
have to
know
throw it
all
on.
about this. I always hated. We did it a lot as a kid. Mom would hang our clothes up on the wire thing.
Yes.
I hated clothes that were dried on. There's like
Because they
dry and crispy and bent in
They're very-
half. and
very
crispy.
crispy.
They're very crispy. Yeah, and clothes that you
Ah.
put in a dryer, they kind of shrink up and they're tighten up a
You
little
know
bit. They're
what?
nice, you know.
We did that, but we also had a dryer.
Yeah, of
I
course
know,
we did.
it's
She's
just-
trying to save
It's
money.
in the summer.
Yeah.
To be honest, though, I can't keep up with 3 kids worth of clothes. Adam, how do you do it?
Yeah, there's too much laundry.
Well, my wife's crazy. She's good at clothes. She just does them all day long, and I'm always like,
Crazy or
"Why
is
you
she
turn on the
awesome?
washer? I gotta take a shower."
Is she crazy or is she awesome? I mean, maybe you need to
Listen.
reevaluate.
I've
That's
told her many times I'm grateful for that, but I was not grateful when I needed to get dressed in the morning and like, oh, your clothes are out there on the line. They probably
Yeah,
would
I
bug
remember
off.
having to run out in the backyard and getting like a
Me
white
too.
t-shirt off of the
Step
clothing
on-
line. It's
step on all the
cold.
weeds barefoot.
Yeah, for some
All
reason we had no grass. It was just weeds.
Yeah, so dirt would blow on your clothes and just make them dusty.
Let's do a quick
Anyways.
recap of today's stories.
Okay.
All right, so we started off with story number 1 out of Cancun. It was a hitman who put a hit on himself, right in the balls. And then story number 2. Let's see who went second. Was it Ben?
No,
No, let him figure it out, Adam. Every week
it
you
was
need
in
to
the
let-
junk. First of all, not in the balls, in the junk.
Okay,
We
my
said
bad.
that.
Right in the junk. Story number 2 was out of India, and it was a camel eating. Oh no, what was it?
No.
Can you remember, Ben? What was
It
your story?
Drinking. We argued over milliliters.
Oh, it was a drinking challenge gone
Drinking
wrong.
tiny cups.
That's right.
Sure. Whatever you want.
Story number 3 was a stunt man, Eminem stunt double, who hit his head.
Joe's trying to do this to get comments.
Are you
on the
doing this on
podcast.
purpose? You have to not do this on purpose. You have to actually end the podcast.
It was an African street gang, basically bike rider guy who terrorized the neighborhood by riding around his motorcycle all hours of the night, and he freaking died and got what he deserved and hit his head. That's probably exactly what it was.
Well, I know Joe's vote.
Story number 4 was my story. It was out of Brazil. It was a man who was just trying to dry his freaking clothes on the clothesline, and he got electrocuted because he attached it to a satellite dish. I wouldn't think a satellite dish
no other
would
place to dry his clothes, Joe.
It seems
He's
like
just
it would
out
be a
doing
good
work
place
for
to
his
put it.
family.
No. Okay, so I'm assuming the satellite dish was hardwired to the nearest electrical pole, and it's not just a rope. He's just hanging it on a wire that probably has like 7 wires on it.
He also was only 12, so let's not even give him time to day in the story.
It wasn't properly grounded. All right, now let's vote, kids. Let's vote. Now the patrons do vote. We vote each week, and the patrons vote.
Patrons are so smart.
Maybe we should do the opposite, Joe. Let's vote for the stupidest story, so they do pick the good one.
Well, I get to vote first because I went first, and I'm voting for the hitman who shot himself in the junk and died. And he didn't even get the hit out. He didn't even shoot the right guy.
I second.
I'm voting for the dog.
Congratulations, Cancun hitman.
Hey, it's our chance. Let's go out there and put a little flag on his grave. Let's
find his grave, but as seen on the Darwin Awards podcast, right there on his grave.
We get to do it in Spanish, though. Look,
I looked up making flags. It's not a cheap thing to do to make these little flags. No, it's definitely not. It's not really cost-effective.
That's because you're looking at it wrong.
Yeah, you got to look at the ones that they put in sandwiches, like little tiny flags.
You put a logo on a big sheet, kind of like whenever you see these stupid award shows where they have like logos behind them, the sheets. I mean, you can get expensive, but you can just print them on a regular sheet.
And you cut them up?
Yeah, you just cut them.
Well, go ahead and do that.
I'm not going to.
Make those flags.
Then shush. Okay.
I'm the
only one who will. Thanks.
I can't find how to do it. Well,
thanks for the advice. Well, that was episode 151. If you'd like to join us, okay, you can go to Apple Podcasts. That's what you use. The Darwin Awards Plus. If you just subscribe to that one, you'll get everything. In fact, if you are listening right now in the Darwin Awards Plus, you can just keep listening because we're going to do our bonus episode. We're going to attach it right to the end of this, and it's just going to keep going. That'll get you all the archived up. Quiet down over there, dog.
Tell your dog to calm it down. He's excited about the podcast.
You can get all the archived episodes as well. Now, if you would, Ben,
that's weird because me and Joe actually cannot hear it at all on the podcast, but it's there. It's annoying.
You can on the episode.
If you would like to get the archived episodes, you can do the Darwin Awards Plus. You can also click on our Patreon and get that. And if you're just happy listening to these 30 episodes that are going to be available, that's fine. Thank you for being here. Leave a review. We'll send you a Darwin Awards podcast sticker. What's it like? It's shaped like a little cross or like a grave. I can't remember something. Or a skeleton with like a crown on it or something like that.
Your friend Rob has joined the live stream, so thank you, Rob.
He's a little late.
Also, I was going to mention our YouTube channel. I've decided to start posting some of these stories to YouTube again. If you are a listener, we'd really appreciate your support. Go ahead and subscribe on there, like everything, leave all kinds of comments, share with your friends, share with your children. See
Ben's hats, and you could be like, "Oh yeah, that hat guy."
End it. Let's end it already. There's nothing else of value here.
No tease.
You want to tease? No. Well, we don't tease. Let's not tease this episode. We got a lot of good stories.
Ben's already on one for the Patreon.
Just teased one. Yeah, he's not gonna.
You can tease. I don't care. Good. Tease it.
Guess what was found inside this man's rectum? Can't wait to bring that one.
We already know, a golf ball.
I tell you this much.
What?
Garage door
say anymore.
659 grams worth of something.
Drugs.
Poop.
No, it wasn't drugs. I swear.
Okay, what's that in milliliters?
Grams to milliliters, Siri. I have a story about a pigeon that died and then died again.
No, don't make fun of Mike Tyson.
No,
nice. Pigeon. Okay, a pigeon that died. Nice. Okay, we'll talk about that one.
He
is that
owns a lot of pigeons.
And a dog.
Okay. Show on it. You uncultured swine.
All right, we'll see you there on the Patreon.